What is up, guys? What is up? So today I am going to continue on the Jeffrey Epstein file saga, including the 3 million files that have been dropped recently. My last video, it was a 43-minute video. I couldn't even cover all of it. I don't even think I ever will know every single possible thing because I don't think the human brain could handle 3 million documents. But I do see how this is very, very concerning for our country, concerning for the people of our country's faith and government. I mean, obviously, it's been dwindling more and more and more, but with this recent Epstein drop, it's more than evident that the trust in our government's like basically at an all-time low. I don't know how we get better from here. But I got some clips to react to, and we're going to talk about Kash Patel. We're going to talk about Trump, Bill Gates, and we're going to go over some more emails that I uncovered that are just horrible, horrible emails. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell on my YouTube channel at TownsleyR, and also follow me on X at Ryan Townsley. Let's get into it, shall we? Boom! All right, so last time I made a video, my last video, I didn't cover the whole Trump comment on this, the whole context, and I'm sorry that I didn't. I should have, because the greater context makes Trump even look worse. Even worse than what he said. Let's just look at this clip here with this CNN anchor questioning Donald Trump.
On the Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I have a lot of things I'm doing, and a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise.
And again, Trump is assuming that they're fine. He's just saying, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine, even though I didn't look at any of the files. Trump, you might need to look at some of these files, man. You might need to look at some of these. These are pretty sick.
It would have been major headlines.
A lot of women. Obviously,
it's not major headlines because mainstream media is also not covering all the email stuff. I think you guys can kind of take a guess why the media doesn't want to cover all these emails. It's pretty damning for people on both the Democrat and the Republican side.
Who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. You know, I heard that, and you tell me something else. So,
both could be true at the same time. You can have victims that didn't want their naked pictures on there, and you can also have victims that feel like there's no justice. But, I mean, if we're going to weigh out which one's more important, I think investigating the redacted people is more important than, unfortunately, some of the victims having their nudity exposed in the files, which is on the DOJ. I said this last time, I believe, that if they had just day one, Trump takes office 2025, day one, they come out and say there's 6 to 7 million files. Day one, they say, just give us some time to go through all the nudes of the victims so we can release everything unredacted. Obviously, that didn't happen. We got this tug and pull, and now fast forward to today, we got all these insane emails with redacted people. That obviously those emails aren't the victims, guys.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. You know, now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth.
Okay, huge huge Trump L. Big, fat Donald Trump L right here. I don't like this reporter for CNN at all. I think she's biased. I think some of the stuff she says is insane. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Epstein files, okay? And she's just asking about the victims, and he just goes, "You never smile. You're fake news." Like, okay, like, it's funny sometimes when Donald Trump goes against the media and bullies them. Like, I get it. But in this context, it's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. This is like, why are you acting like a child when she's asking a serious question? I mean, most of America is very attached to this issue. It's the biggest scandal of all time. There's nothing worse than what Jeffrey Epstein and his clients are accused of. You can't be accused of anything worse. Nothing worse. So Donald Trump's just like, "Oh, you're fake news. I got you." It's like, no, you didn't get her. She's actually being reasonable here.
And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors of a sexual abuser.
Yeah, we're talking about survivors of a sexual abuser, Trump. This isn't time to dick around and just take jabs at a reporter who's actually asking you something legitimate. It's just like, does Trump think that this is going to get him out of it? No, it just makes him look worse. And then Kash Patel, he's also digging himself in a hole. This guy, I mean, oh my God, talk about, like, when Trump took office day one, I was so excited about Kash Patel, and now it's like, dude, this guy is a clown. Kash Patel says he's done with the Epstein files, so you should all just move along. Nothing to see here.
The Epstein files, the last tranche, we're told, put out. Looking back since the beginning, and you've been a part of talking about this, and DOJ has obviously produced these elements. Do you have regrets about how it's been handled?
Look, like any other hot topic issue, the American public and the world had a great interest in this. And what we did under President Trump's leadership is produce the most transparent DOJ and FBI in history. I
don't know. I don't know if it was transparent. I don't know, man.
Administrations had the opportunity to do this, and we produced everything we legally and lawfully could. We worked with our partners in Congress. We followed the statutes and the court order.
Hold on. He's now trying to spin it like, oh, we worked with Congress because we wanted to be transparent and get the files out. No. Congress made you release those files. They forced you to release them. There was no like teamwork here. They forced you to because you came out and said, case closed. You said case closed, Kash Patel. So don't try to bullshit me on Fox News.
And we produced, 3 million some pages. So I think we got to the result in the right way. Could we have gotten there faster? I'm not really sure because of numerous court cases, multiple protective orders, multiple court sealings. And so now we've produced everything we can while protecting victims' rights and following.
And the irony is he didn't protect any victims' rights because there's nudes of the victims. So it's like he's lying all over the place. It's like, come on, dude. But let's get into some more of these emails and FBI tips because they're just so insane. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So this one says Ghislaine Maxwell's nephew gave up his top 3 actresses wish list he'd like to do nasty things to. And this, it says, who is this actually? To Redacted. Hi, Auntie Ghislaine. I hope you are well. I look forward to seeing you when that might be. However, I'm not sure. I'll email you when I'm able to do something with you. As for my wish list of actresses I'd like to do nasty things to, though not complete, would probably look something like this. Natalie Portman, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Denise Richards. As for things I do, whether it be in London, New York, New Mexico, or the Caribbean. Not quite sure at all, though. I would look into it, blah, 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 blah. I've got to run, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, your nephew. But why is this redacted if it's to Ghislaine? That's kind of weird. Yeah, so that's kind of a creepy email to send to your aunt, allegedly. This one says Epstein signed secret trust 2 days before his death, distributing his wealth to girlfriend, lawyers, Ghislaine Maxwell, and 40 others. Jeffrey Epstein. Hold on. Why aren't we questioning all 40 of these people who got his money? They obviously were close to him. And who's this girlfriend? Jeffrey Epstein signed a secret trust 2 days before his death that gives $100 million to his girlfriend, Karina Shalika, including a 33-carat diamond ring he considered giving her if they married. The newly released DOJ documents also show his personal lawyer getting $50 million and accountant getting $25 million. Yeah, let's investigate some of these people. Those two are the executors controlling who actually gets paid. Ghislaine Maxwell supported $10 million, and 40 other people named beneficiaries. The girlfriend was the last person called Epstein called from jail before authorities said he blanked himself. And his estate has since shrunk from $600 million to $120 million after paying out $170 million to victims. Yeah, this is very strange. Who is this girlfriend? She looks really young, obviously, but I mean, I don't know anything about this girlfriend. Someone want to comment in the comments on more information on that. This I'm going to have to block out, okay? So the screen's black. This is Epstein files graphic photos of Epstein's body. New release documents include photos of Epstein after he was found on August 10th, 2019. EMT performing CPR, deep red cuts on his neck and his nose. His cell shows orange fabrics. Okay, so you guys have seen his cell, but I encourage you guys in your free time to go look at this file here of Jeffrey Epstein's body. They show a close-up on his face. Like he's got like red marks on his neck. But this guy does not look like Epstein. I'm not trying to throw out any conspiracies, but this guy does not look like Epstein that's laying on the bed. The dead body that they're saying, this guy has a longer face, his nose is way different. This does not look like Jeffrey Epstein. So there's conspiracy theories that Jeffrey Epstein his body was swapped. But I mean, here's the thing. It sounds crazy, but compared to all the other emails, it's like not that crazy. We have gotten into insane land with these emails. Here's another one. From Redacted. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. Guys. I mean, Kash. Explain that email, Kash. Or are you just going to give us the runaround? Are you going to give us the runaround? Explain that email. That email is so damning. Who would ever email somebody that? Who would ever say that normally? No one. No one would. Ever. I'm telling you right now, if I caught my dad texting like that, I'd be like, Dad, what the hell? I would never expect him to say that. Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. From Redacted. Guys, this is so bad. Here's another one. Birth babies for black market use. From Redacted to Redacted. Redacted spoke of this going on at Zorro Ranch. She has said on record that Epstein offered her money to do this. Birth babies for black market use. It goes on and on, guys. This shit doesn't end. Here's another one. From Redacted. 2gvacation@gmail.com. New Brazilian just arrived. Sexy and cute. 9 years old. Best regards. Redacted, 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 redacted. Guys, It's obviously some sort of sex cult, right? It's a combination of a sex cult mixed with, like, Israeli CIA blackmail. I mean, this sounds like we're in, like, some sort of, like, Twilight Zone episode. I mean, my God. Epstein talked about creating people with supernatural abilities by traumatizing them, and also human clones. So I'm not going to go through all of this, but I saw this, just this sentence right here is enough. From Jeffrey Epstein to Brian Bishop, redacted. This gets us out of our self-funded garage biology. Pleased to phase to the first live birth of a human designer baby. And possibly a human clone within 5 years. Guys, I mean, this shit, the more I read this, it's like, okay, are we ran by aliens? Are we ran by this, like, weird deep state? Is this like a sci-fi movie now? These are real emails, guys, that the FBI and DOJ released, okay? This isn't some weird BS conspiracy theory here. This is another one. Epstein tied young girls, 11 to 13, spread out on the floor and burned them with a magnifying glass. So this is a tip from the FBI. Let's see if I can find where it says it here, because it's kind of a long sentence. Martin's daughter, Jessica McQueen, date of birth redacted, sent Martin a piece of a video of what appeared to be a young white female aged 11 to 13 years old with dark colored hair tied down and naked. The victim is tied to the ground in spread eagle with a man who appears to be Jeffrey Epstein holding a magnifying glass with the claw and burning the victim. Martin described the video as being blurry. However, the male subject appeared to be a very large man with gray hair, wearing jeans, a short sleeve black shirt, and white tennis shoes. Martin stated Facebook would not take the video. Stated Facebook would not take the video down. In the frame of the video, it says Epstein. However, the video is blurry. Somebody wants to leak that video out so people can see the truth. Feel free. Here's another one. Epstein text messages reference the kid getting a bikini wax, Pornhub introduction and placement test. So Epstein's now involved in Pornhub. That's kind of sketchy. Child death. Epstein compared girl children to shrimp and said you throw away the head and keep the body. No. Some are like shrimp. You throw away the head and keep the body. As to our Russian, I guess some might refer to them as white sharks. On my island in the Caribbean with an aquarium full of girls. From Jeffrey Epstein to Colin Oliver redacted. We're dealing with somebody who is like Jeffrey Dahmer and Satan. Epstein victim says her baby was taken 10 minutes after birth. Docs reveal multiple secret children. A victim wrote in her diary that Ghislaine Maxwell supervised the birth of her daughter around 2002 when she was just 16 or 17. And the baby was taken from her 10 minutes after delivery. While Epstein talked about superior gene pools and perfect offspring. He's like the Jewish Hitler, thinks he's supreme. He's like Jeffrey Dahmer, the way he butchers people. He's like Satan, the way he is demonic. He's like Jason Bourne, the way he's like this secret agent. I mean, is this guy the Antichrist? The newly released files also show Sheriff Ferguson sent Epstein a message in 2011 congratulating him on the birth of a baby boy, and there's video footage of a DNA paternity test on a table in his mansion. Epstein had reportedly confirmed to scientists about a scheme to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at his New Mexico ranch. essentially running a eugenics program designed as human transhumanism. I mean, guys, this just keeps going. This is like a sci-fi movie, man. Oh my God. LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman appears in Epstein emails discussing girls' frequent visits and something off of the island. The exchange is banal and creepy at the same time. Ice cream, gifts for girls. Yeah, so like Pizzagate, you know, ice cream and gifts for girls, you know, that could be code. But this says, I'll be busy 4 times a week, going to start today, trying 7 times a week, 4 days in a row. Sent you 2 gifts to New York City address. 1, ice cream. If you have any interest, you should try. Else for the girls. What is ice cream? 2, something that may strike your funny bone for the island. Hope you're having fun as usual. Something that might strike your funny bone for the island. Guys, see, the problem is people like Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes and Donald Trump come out and say, well, there's no evidence. You can't put anybody in jail. And I get that. I get there's no concrete evidence to use in our legal judicial system to put people in jail. I get it. But for the love of God, do you guys see the innuendos here? Like, I get it. You can't put somebody in jail for an innuendo. But when you have 3 million documents and it's just nonstop innuendos over and over and over and over again. I mean, 3 million coincidences isn't a coincidence anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah, here's another funny, I shouldn't say funny. How come Bill Clinton hasn't been arrested yet? And just to know, Donald Trump was friends with Clinton. Clinton's all over the files, guys. He is all over the files. Multiple pictures. Non-stop. Yeah. You guys get the point. Oh, and there's Kevin Spacey, too. Apparently, Kevin Spacey had a big trip with Bill. Here's another one. I already covered this. What does this say? We're not mad enough. 2G vacation from redacted. I call him now my future husband, and we're talking about daughter. I thought I would never be able to kill somebody in my life. I was wrong. I might escape anyway. Miss you, Jeffrey. Big kiss. Although now you probably won't like to kiss me anymore. What? I covered this last time. I give you permission to kill him. He is apparently with redacted. He lied to you and he lied to me. I covered this one, but it's like you're talking about killing people in these emails. This email claims Epstein Zorro Trust. He won an $8 million lottery ticket. The ranch's border approximately was used for routing traffic girls. High-level officials confirm Epstein had sex with trafficked minors and mentions Ghislaine Maxwell and other redacted getting served subpoenas from 2 redacted. Won an $8 million lottery ticket. So yeah, that seems like money laundering to me. And then this is the last one that I wanted to cover here. So a lot of people are saying, oh, Trump's exonerated because there's an email that says that Jeffrey Epstein colluded with this Wolf guy, saying that Trump never got any massages. Well, this actually contradicts that, because this says Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar Project casually admitting Mr. Epstein abused minors in the same breath as defending Dershowitz and Prince Andrew, claiming they had no knowledge. Last video, I showed Prince Andrew hovering over a girl that appeared to be dying. So you're going to believe Jeffrey Epstein and Wolf when they say that Donald Trump didn't get massages. But you're not going to believe him when he says that Prince Andrew had no knowledge? I mean, come on, guys. Come on. It is deeply regrettable that Mr. Epstein abused minors, but that does not give redacted the right to make accusations against people who knew Jeffrey Epstein but had no knowledge of his crimes. such as Alan Dershowitz and Prince Andrew. Bullshit. Both of whom deny allegations made against him. Prince Andrew is like kicked out of the royal family. Finally, Redacted claims she was a sex slave for the rich and famous. However, the reality is that Redacted was working as a waitress in a burger bar. Oh, guys. And then Bill Gates let's just listen to what Bill Gates had to say. This is what he had to say about the new drop.
Every minute I spent with him, I regret and I apologize that I did that.
Part of that issue of trust brings me to Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know what your relationship with him was.
Yeah, I met Jeffrey in 2011. So over a period of 3 years, I had a number of dinners with him. The focus was always...
Wasn't he convicted in 2008, 2009?
He knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. In retrospect, that was a dead end, and I've said many times, but I'll say again, I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him.
You've no doubt seen the allegations, including some of them from the last 24 to 48 hours. Are they true?
No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. Was he trying to attack me in some way? But, it just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that.
The problem is some of the things that he has sent and some of the information about other people that has come up in those files has been true. Why would he do this and say this about you, do you think?
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women.
And here's the problem about saying I never went to the island. The assaults didn't exclusively happen on the island. They happened at the New Mexico ranch. They happened in New York City. These aren't exclusive to just the island. But these rich billionaires think just because they say that they didn't go to the island exonerates them. I don't think it does.
And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Is it frustrating to you, given what you've said, that this is now happening?
Not really. I mean, people should, hold people who are successful to a very high bar. And so, as these documents come out, they're going to be closely scrutinized.
Yeah, well, there you have it, guys. Yep, Ben Shapiro's also sounds like a clown. Yep, it's a leap to talk about Woody Allen. There was no powerful people with children. Okay, Ben Shapiro, you guys can listen to Ben Shapiro talk about this. And not to change the subject or anything, but then you have all these schools, like here's one clip and here's another clip of all these kids that are ditching school, protesting ICE. And with this, they're kind of related in some way, because if all these files keep coming out, it just gives more kids and protesters a reason to distrust the government and be rebellious. So that's where we are, guys. That's where we are. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell on my YouTube channel at Townsley R, at TOWNSLEYR. And also follow me on X at Ryan Townsley, at RyanTownslay. And this is Townsley R signing out. Bye-bye.